Hello everybody, welcome to Talk About Houses. I'm Todd.
I'm Oana.
This video is about the signs that the real estate market is starting to cool off, which it is. So what we're going to talk about are some measurable things. Now remember, we don't talk about hyperbole or just make stuff up. Everything we get is data we can measure, and then we just talk about like potentially why it's happening and what the future is. Okay, so as most of you know, the real estate market has been like a rocket. It's been taken off. It's going crazy. But there's some signs that are showing that trajectory is like going down. It's like slowing a little bit. So it's not like going to keep rocketing up. Okay.
Right. So we want to be very clear. We're not suggesting that the market's going to tank.
No.
Right now what we're suggesting is that there are definite signs that the market is tapering, leveling off, whatever you want to call it, but tanking is not it.
Okay. So this is the first quote. This was from an article that we were reading. So you can see what it says there. It says, last week, the number of new listings rose by 8% compared to a year ago. More homes coming on the market, it's more inventory, that's great. But even with the climb, housing shortages abound, active inventory is down 13% to a year ago. So the current inventory being down is bad because that means there's more upward pressure. But then more listings is good.
Right.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Obviously, that means more people are getting houses because there's more listings available.
Right.
They're getting absorbed.
Right. Yeah, so here's the thing. We've had basically no inventory, and it's not just in Las Vegas, it's across the country. We've had basically no inventory. It's springtime. People are putting their homes on the market, which is why we have an uptick in homes being listed and homes on the market. However, the inventory level is still far below where it needs to be for a healthy market that is not a one-sided market.
Yeah, and that inventory number is really, really critical. These are national numbers. If you watch any of our videos, you can go back and find the last market update we did, and you'll see that inventory in Vegas is at the lowest it's been I can ever remember. And the town is the biggest it's ever been. So we have, record low inventory. Until that starts really, really picking up, we're not going to see any price declines.
Right.
So even though there's more homes coming to the market, inventory is an important thing. We thought that was a very important quote. Here's the next quote. This is another sign that the real estate market is cooling off. 12% of homes for sale had a price drop during the 4 weeks ended April 3rd. A year prior was 9%.
Right.
Now this doesn't mean that prices are going down because it's only 12% of homes.
Right.
That means the other 88% of homes either listed and sold or had a price increase and sold, but they didn't like reduce the price. Now let's just talk about that, because why would some homes sell for more and some homes sell for less than the list price?
Well, the first thing I want to talk about is these homes having a price decrease. So part of the reason why homes have a price decrease, it's not just that they're not selling, but the reason they're not selling is because, let's say that the market for your home is $700,000 and you priced your home for $1 million. Guess what? Your home's not going to sell for $1 million. The market for your home is 700. Maybe you'll get 720, 730, 750, but you're not going to get $1 million, okay? So at that point, that's when you have a price decrease. And I'm not making this up. I've actually seen this, go on where people just put these prices on these homes that do not resemble the market value of the house.
Yep.
Okay? So that's part of it. The other thing is that it's a healthy market. I mean, if you look at it, that 12% of the homes had a price decrease, that means that 88% didn't. They either didn't have a price decrease or they had a price increase. So that's still making it a very strong seller's market. It's not a level playing field for the buyers yet.
But the needle has moved a little, because instead of 9%, it's 12%.
Right.
Price declines. Okay. Here's another one. The average sales to list price ratio, which measures how closely homes are selling to their asking price, increased to 102.1% according to Redfin. In other words, the average home sold for 2.1% above its asking price. Now remember, that list price is still a guess, but this is But that's still, I think, I think that they're going to run out of the ability to just keep doing that, just getting above list price.
They will. I mean, it will happen. I don't know that we're there yet, but it will happen. So to kind of give you an example, we put a house on the market for about $475. We got multiple offers, sold it for $495. And then there are other homes that were in the same community, model matches, that came on the market after us. And the buyers that didn't get our house went and put offers on that house, and then that house ended up selling for $507. And so you do have this whole thing where buyers are putting in offers, and then they're not getting that, and the same buyers are going to the next house and putting offers, and they're just improving their offers. This is not going to go on forever, but it is still going on right now. We are still seeing that. Kind of to Todd's point, I do pay attention to all this because I do have listings, or I have people who want to list their homes, so I do pay attention to what's happening in their neighborhoods. So this is something very, very close to home for us.
The other thing we're seeing is we're seeing some buyers drop out potentially.
Absolutely.
This is a good thing because remember, we have a disequilibrium, which is pushing home prices up. We have supply, which is not going to change. You're not just going to generate houses. The Federal Reserve can't just make houses.
No.
Okay, and then you have the number of buyers, which is like one of the highest buying. Last 2 years are probably the most homes ever. Most number of buyers buying. Right.
Well, and we've talked about that. Part of the reason for that is that the millennials have come of age. They've got money. They're ready to settle down in a house, and they're out in force. Trying to secure a house. So
we don't see a change to the new home builders aren't building fast enough, and they can't really build fast enough. They have their own problems to fix the supply side of the equation. But the demand side, hopefully interest rates, if they keep going up, will fix this. Now, this notion that the interest rate will just literally go up and it'll wipe everybody out, there'll be no buyers and it'll tank, is really not the truth because...
No, I mean, certainly the Fed doesn't have that intention. The intention of the Fed is to bring the market to a more level playing field between buyers and sellers, and make it so that we don't have this unsustainable trajectory toward appreciation.
Yeah.
I think the thing that everybody's kind of maybe not really considering is that the winners out of all this are the banks who get to charge higher interest rates, and other enterprises that work around that also have their revenue based on that.
Yeah. This is, we're going to keep watching this data as this changes. So make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications. But we're gonna, every about 2 weeks we go in and grab all the data and we look for the changes. You can go back and look at our market update videos and see the changes in these things. List price is a forward-looking thing. Inventory is forward-looking. Days on the market's all forward-looking because all those happen before the sale prices start to record.
Right. So as Todd said, list price is looking forward. Sale price is looking back, because we don't know the sale price until the transaction closes, and that sale price was agreed to 30, 45, 60 days ago.
Yeah. So we just want to give you this quick update. We do see it cooling off. Like I said, we don't see a crash. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Anyone that tells you they know what's going to happen, the Federal Reserve doesn't even know what's going to happen, because if they knew what was going to happen, they would have started raising rates 6 months ago. I don't think anyone thought we would be at 8.5% inflation right now.
No.
Of course, CPI is at like 4 or 5. It's pretty crazy. So, we have a whole nother video on that whole topic. But it's definitely cooling off. That's definitely great. This market can't keep doing that. For all the people who think that that we're pushing the market, we haven't been. We don't really pumping the market or trying to get people to buy. Doesn't really help anybody. It's actually the word real estate agents right now don't want buyers. Like every agent I see on Facebook is saying, "Hey, what platforms can I go to where I get listings?" Because they're tired of taking buyers out to like 30 houses.
Right, and they're tired of making 30 offers for one buyer. It's a lot of work, and then that buyer may or may not get a house, and if he doesn't get a house, then they've put in all this work, and then that buyer ends up staying a tenant, and that does not help that real estate agent, because real estate agents work on commission, which means that if we don't have a closing, we don't get paid. Transactions are the way agents is the way that agents make money. So we want as many transactions as possible in order to maximize our revenue. Otherwise, it doesn't help us. So it doesn't help us to sell $1 million house. It helps us to sell several $500,000 houses.
And the other thing too is, remember, real estate agents make money whether the market goes up or down, because it's transactional. So if there's a flood of people trying to sell, real estate agents make a ton of money. So the homeowners may not necessarily, depending on when they sell, but agents always make money, because they just make commissions. So make commissions going up, make commissions going down.
And if you're a seller and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to jump in now so that I can go ahead and sell my house, and because the market's crashing. We're not suggesting the market's crashing.
No.
We are suggesting that if you are looking to sell your house, sell it for the right reasons. Sell it because it makes sense for you. If you're looking to buy a house for the right reasons, because it makes sense for you. The market will do what the market will do, but your life is, to a large extent, independent of the market.
Yep. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave us your comments, and we will see you on the next video.
And if you're looking to sell a house, please contact us and we'll be happy to help you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.